Hello, my name is Demetrius and this is my confessional for the Harvard Diversity Project interview that happened yesterday. Now, first of all, I wanted to say how amazed I was with how the alumni taught us and showed us how important evidence is when introducing claims and how important it is to be prepared to defend your claims. Now, first, I was not expecting to go into a situation and be having to defend my claims so much. But I really feel like it gave me a good taste of how the project will be, and it showed me that it's very important to be prepared to defend your claim, because there are going to be people that are not going to have the same opinion as you. They're not going to have the same claim that you have, and they're going to think that their opinion is more valid or more correct. And so now you have to go and be prepared to explain to them and show them why yours is more correct than theirs. And also, if you're going to do that, you have to have good evidence behind your statement so that or your claim, so that you can really drive in your claim through and have good evidence behind it. And that's something that I didn't really think about that much, and it was not on my mind before, but now I definitely understand it, and it came up a lot during the entire interview. This interview also caused me to hesitate a lot, and it was because I wanted to stop and make sure that I really was prepared to introduce my claim, and that being I had my evidence all laid out and it was all correct, and that I was prepared to defend my statement if anyone were to contradict me. And because I knew that my peers, a lot of them had opposing views from mine, and so I knew that I was going to have to make sure that I was ready to defend my claim if I wanted to introduce it first, so that I could show that my claim was better than theirs. Because just saying and putting your thoughts and your comments out there is not enough. You have to have evidence to back up your claim, and you have to be prepared to defend your statement, so that it could show the world and show your viewers that your claim is more correct and it's better. And you have to be able to justify your claim. I also knew that by listening closely to my peers whenever they were to give their opinion or the side of the story, so that I could be able to closely counteract what they said and give a rebuttal, so that I could explain why, because of what they said, well, this is what I say, which counteracts what you just said. Something that really stood out to me was how the alumni really showed their debating skills while they were just giving us these activities and interviewing us. They could make us or some of the others second guess their claims when they said it, and this was just done by simple examples such as which has the best chicken sandwich, Popeyes or Chick-fil-A, which is funny because when I think about it, I've had similar arguments with my family members or my friends or classmates, but I know at my house, me and my family had just had arguments like about politics, about coronavirus, about who gets to wash their clothes first, and it's mostly about it's like shoddy matches about who can strum the longest, or it's not really based on evidence, and it's very opinion based, and it really doesn't really have not really thoughtful conversation that we're having here. But during the whole interview process, I really felt as though I was having an actual conversation with someone, and it was very thoughtful. Everyone had evidence behind their claims, and the conversation was just very fast-paced and intense, and it felt like I was able to counteract other people's opinions with actual conversation. And I do believe that I did good things during the interview. I felt like I was purposeful when I spoke. I thought I was confident in my answers, and I was able to defend my answers whenever I was challenged. And I always had a reason for making a claim whenever I was challenged, and I was able to explain my reason carefully to my opponents so that they can really understand my side of the story. And I know that's a really big part, is getting someone else to understand, because a lot of times I know in my own family, someone like my brother may not understand my side of the story, and so I have to really explain to them so that they can really understand where I'm coming from. I think another thing that I did very well was that I listened to the other side of the story. I know it's also another big thing in debating is listening to my opponent's side of the story. And it's very important because you need to know your opponent's side of the story so that you can nullify what they say. And also, if you understand where they're coming from more, you can understand even if their side of the story, so that you can understand how better to counteract that statement. So I made sure to, whenever my peers were talking or saying their claims, I always listened to see where they were coming from, so that I could explain to them, okay, you said this, well, this is why my claim makes more sense and is more valid. And I tried to make sure that I did that a lot. Something I can improve on was that I could have said more. I could have put more input into the group towards the end. Being in this setting with these outspoken, intelligent black teens that get in my face, it wasn't an experience that I was really accustomed to with my gifted classes at my high school. And at my school, I'm taught to let others talk before you do. But here in this new environment, I realized that I'm going to have to aggressively but respectfully say my claim if I want to get my claim out there into the world, and I also have to have evidence to back it up. And I had to just adjust to this new environment that I was in, because it wasn't what I was used to, and I was very used to a different kind of environment. So, but I think I could have put more input into the group. But next time, I want to make sure that I put more responses, and to make them respond to more things that my peers say, but make sure that's very thoughtful, so that they can reply in a more intellectual manner. Something that resonated with me was the fact that when I have to debate with someone and I make a claim, I have to make sure that I have solid evidence to back it up. And if I don't, then my claim isn't valid. And I say this because this is a really central part of the entire interview process for me. From the beginning, in the middle, the end, the alumni were talking about how evidence is a main part that gives your claim life, because it is the reason why you make this claim. You have this evidence, and this is why you claim that such and such happened. And it really is the base for any argument that you have to have. And if you don't have any evidence, then your entire claim is backed up. And that was something that we had to deal with during the entire process. We had to really think about that with any class, with any activities that we had to deal with, or any prompts that we were given. Every single time we had to make sure that we had good evidence for it, even if we were not prepared to answer that question. Something else that I really learned about this program was that I saw that past alumni were beating records and were stepping on new ground throughout the entire process. I saw that on the news and on these reporters and things like that when I researched. But yesterday I learned that this program is so much more than that, and it helps to grow people mentally. It helps to give them opportunities that they didn't have before, and teach them how to branch out with people. And it's not just about debate, but it's about a lot more than that. And I'm very excited about that, because I know that these lessons will make me a better candidate for colleges and maybe a better world changer. And I know that's a really big part of this whole program, is being a world changer. And I know a little bit about that because my mom, she works at Emory, and she gets a lot of applicants in from all these different places. And all these students, my mom tells me every day that they're really packed. Like, they have a bunch of requirements and a bunch of statistics that they've done, like all the list of things that they've done on their resume. And they've gone on mission trips to places like Africa and Asia and Central America or South America, and they've just helped all these people across the world. And I'm just thinking, if I'm going to get into college, I have to be more than just the typical scholar. I have to go above and beyond to separate myself from the competition, so that I can make sure that I'm able to get into a good college and a good job, so that I can help other people around the world like I know I can. And that's something that my mom has told me a lot of the time. And when she was younger, did that all the time as well. She would go on mission trips with Grady and Emory to go help people in Asia, to go help people in Central America or Africa, and all these different places to help other people that are less fortunate than her. And I always knew that when I was younger, that she would be out doing that. And I thought that was really cool, because I knew that she was not only helping me people that I knew, but she was also helping people that I didn't know across the entire world. And that's something that I've always really wanted to be able to do, is help people that I don't know before, but now I do across the entire world. and that's something that I've always really been looking forward to, and I'm really excited that this program could possibly help me with that and could give me the opportunity that I really want to have that could help me. Something I learned about myself was that when I was talking to the alumni and seeing how they operated and how they test us and the activity that we went through and learned about, that they possess these abilities that I did not have, and that I learned that I wanted to obtain those abilities, which were the ability to just listen to a statement and be able to quickly assess what the opponent said, and be able to pick through their evidence and find any flaws in it or any weaknesses, and being able to expose them. And that's something that I don't currently yet have, but I learned that it's something that I really want to learn and be taught so that I can utilize that in my everyday life and to be a better person in general. I still want to say that I'm extremely grateful for this opportunity to be able to help the world and become a world changer, like I said a little bit earlier. I think that's really something that I've always wanted to do, and I'm really, really grateful for the opportunity I've been given to do that. And I think that should really be cool, and I'm really looking forward to possibly being on this amazing program, and I'd love to be able to help out. Thank you.